So I can just take home the ones I want, right? Hi, my name's Steve Genewick. I'm a recording engineer here in Los Angeles. And today we're here at Eastwest Studio #1, Big Neve console, one of my favorite rooms in the world. Yeah, today was my first experience with the Kiwara microphones. I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know what I was walking into today, so it was a nice surprise when I pushed the faders up. And you know, I've done a lot of records in this room, a lot of orchestral records like we did today, and it just sounded familiar to me. So you know, when I pushed the faders up, it sounded like this room, and it sounded like the mics I'm used to using. So I was very happy with what we got today. We had a great selection of mics today. For the room mics, we had a pair of the M49s, and I put them in the Omni position, so they were open all the way around. They were up above the conductor's head. We had C12s for the violins. Again, I put them in Omni. That's how I learned, so I use a lot of Omni mics. Our viola was a 251, which sounded great. Low strings, the cello and the basses were U47s, which I love. Woodwinds, we had the KM84s, which were a really pleasant surprise. They sounded really great on the woodwinds. I was very happy with them. Brass, the French horn was a 87, and the trumpet was a 251, which is always, 251's never the wrong mic to put up. And then we had an 87 on the timpani. That being said, most of the sound, as usual, especially for a classical piece like this, most of the sound came from the room mics. And, the fabulous musicians we had, and, they balance themselves. So it's actually pretty easy once you set it up and get it going. Yeah, these are mics. I would recommend these mics to people. Again, some of these vintage mics, they're very expensive for good reason. These mics held their own next to the original, the vintage ones. And, for the price point, it's kind of a no-brainer. The bang for the buck is immense with these mics. So yeah, I would recommend these mics to people, absolutely. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some someday.